Hey Taurus, this is Perrymore Tarot's weekend reading from April 4th through the 6th, 2025. This is for Taurus. Last shuffle for Taurus. Let's see what's going on with our weekend because, man, hopefully it's a good one, right? So we have taking steps and we have family. So it looks as though you are really trying to come correct to your family. This is about saying that you're not just going, your intention is to baby step them into your little world kind of vibe. I don't know why that came up, but I see someone's intention over the weekend either needing to be taking things kind of slow, step by step, rather than so like for this to be here, say this is a parent and a child, right? Instead of immediately coming in, how's they're showing me a father. You know how fathers they work all like the typical nuclear family from the 60s, right? He's at work all day and mom's at home with her pretty dress on and her perfect apron with a full course meal. Dad comes home and dad hasn't spoken to the kids because he comes in and watches the game as soon as he gets in the house, right? Well, they're showing a father coming in and automatically uh, bossing everyone around, ordering everyone around instead of already stepping it, like starting small first. Like, well, let me see how everyone's doing. Let me check everyone's temperature here. Let me like introduce them to the things that need to be done, and then setting up a good time, giving everyone space. Let me start. You know what I mean? Let me connect first, bond first, because perhaps he's been gone all day. He's in bonded, and then when they have not followed these things, right? And I know that I have done all that I could. Now I am saying you better get your butt in here and do XYZ, right? And so there's something about being fair with people, right? We're coming from a place of love. We're first speaking from a place of, hey, this is what I think needs to happen. This is where, and so if you follow that, right, it's not just about parent and child, but this is about starting small, building a rapport, right? And expressing to some degree the disappointment that maybe there's so much going on that things have piled up to a degree where uh, it seems as though family may have abandoned the project, jump ship. So I do see that it's important to start with celebration. Okay, so how this looks. Instead of coming in and go, you haven't done this, you haven't done that. And this is not just to say to children, but this could be your spouse, your person. This could be people you consider family at work, your friends. Instead of coming in like you just didn't do this and you didn't do that and you're not and you're this, you would come in with, I really admire how well you organize. You are so good at it. You think you can help me with this? It's like reverse psychology. Okay, this is almost to say that you've got to reconsider and you've got to come from a place of love and coming from a place of saying, I just want to create a very healthy, harmonious atmosphere instead of snapping, because I do feel like you when this is here, this feels like, I mean, I would come in, I can't lie, I would come in family with the Five of Swords and the Ten of Wands. They're letting stuff pile up, and then they're just, this is the Five of Swords is saying that they're coming up with excuses to escape accountability. Like that's what this looks like. Okay, Five of Swords is usually being sneaky, being conniving, um, you know what I mean, doing whatever they can to get what they want. So they're laying it on thick, and it may be guilt tripping. Well, you never helped me with anything anyway. You're never around. So I didn't feel I had to take out the trash, like type of energy. So I do understand. Believe me. But Spirit is saying you will catch more bees with honey than you will with fly, whatever what is it? You know what I'm talking about. Okay, so this is saying that you want something to be resolved, but also to still have a relationship to build, right? I feel that you're coming from a place, they want you to dream big and to come from a space of saying, I can get everyone motivated by coming from a loving, celebratory place. Like you are just so good at this. And children respond very well to those types of things. I don't know about you, but I've watched parents yell at their kids, like scream and tell them they suck and everything, and then they wonder why they won't do anything for you. They won't do anything for themselves. They're just like, well, I'm stupid anyway, so I'm not cleaning my room. But you come in and you go, you are so good at putting these things together. You're better at folding than I am. You know what I mean? When you wash the dishes, they come out so clean, man. Can you show me how it's done? And have them like, and you're there and you watch it, they will do it. And it's not to say that you're lying, but you may have to embellish the truth a little bit. But the family is going to look for excuses not to do something, and the only way to combat that is to hit them with compliments, hit them with a celebration, to slow down, maybe not rush into anything, but to take things baby step at a time. You know what we could probably do? You mind helping me throw this over here, and then I'll take care of that. It's like there's something about a camaraderie that spirit wants you to build, and to come from dream big. We can tackle this whole thing. I kid you not. Uh, that is some that's what spirit's showing, and they're also bringing up that criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness, because this almost looks like it's real easy to say something like criticize them, and they want you to love and accept each other as you are, and the relationship will magically transform. And I am seeing a relationship transform, especially if this is your romantic partner too, and you have children, especially if you have children too. But these are relationships, they say, that are past life relationships. So there's a lot of water under this bridge. So they're saying, in order to attract this kind of relationship, first of all, you can incorporate maybe the color or the flower rose or the scent into your space. You could burn that incense, or you could go ahead and like use the rose oil and make some spray, and change the scent. It will attract relationships, or it will assist you in attracting these relationships that you want to build them. Because I do see that in some regard that people are in a family that are ready to just throw their hands up. I'm seeing they want you to say a positive affirmation. It's very important that you say this enough times. This is a big one. I could see it being really big, but it's something that will help you to make better decisions when you feel very compelled to tell them about themselves. Because I don't know, it's easy. I would say I am open and receptive to the abundant flow of prosperity that the universe offers. All my needs and desires are met before I even ask. So we're already in a space where we already understand that. So that here we are. You hear what they have to say, and you're like, oh, but you're so good at that. You don't even have to ask at this point. Before you even ask, you know that they're going to do it, because you're coming from an open and receptive place to the abundant flow. Like, and I'm seeing even money coming in for some of you, like unexpected money. They might be like, oh, I found this. You might find money, okay, or unexpected money coming in out of nowhere. It's like, you know what? Because of how you treated me, here's a tip. Because of how you spoke to me, because you spoke to my spirit, you helped me to reconsider criticism would have ruined everything, right? But you help them to reconsider their space, where they are. Real and Spirit's almost talking about, you got to use people for what, you know what I mean? If you got to get them to do the things you need them to do, you would need to use this discipline of celebration. So people love to be celebrated. So behind a mask, you have the World and Empress. Your intention is to get something done, and to get it done right, and to get it done in a way where at the end of everything, everyone loves you and you love them, and everything's done and everyone loves. And so that's the behind the mask energy. It's like, I just want to get this done. I just want to get this fixed or cleaned or whatever, picked up, So behind everything, you know what your objective is, but to get it done in a way where all is well in the empire, right? We have King of Wands, Four of Cups with optimism. Some of us, it's very important that you're optimistic, that you are going to be listened to, you're going to be heard, you're going to be successful. Your mindset needs to be, I'm going to be successful at these things. We're going to come together. It's going to be fun. We're going to reconcile whatever issues we have. Boom, bada boom. Everything's going to work out great. I do see someone that has this energy within them. They just need to be unlocked by celebrating them, not necessarily fluffing them up. We're not, blowing smoke up there, you know what? We're just really pointing out some things. Like there's some things you need to do. Well, you may be activating something within them. I find that that works. I've done this with actual like children, and I'd say you have amazing organizational skills. Like you're just so good at putting things away like this. And after a while, they are actually just a very great compartmentalized organizer. But they weren't at the time. I just said it because I was like, you know what? I want them to build this skill. Like I want them to do this because it helps everyone around them. It helps them. And they, you know, the more you do things like that, the more they become amazing at certain things. You know, you have such a great eye for beauty. And I really love the flowers you put on the, and it's like all of a sudden they are really paying attention to things because you have activated something within them. It's very important you do this because it works with adults too. And I don't do it I'm not faking it. It's more like I can see that they have it, but it needs to be activated. And this child, a particular child I did this with, was great with origami and Rubik's cube. Was a speed Rubik's cube solver. I was like, your organizational skills in your mind are crazy. So there's no reason why they can't put this stuff away. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to use that. It's true, but I've never seen them actually put their stuff away properly. But I did, you know, but eventually it's like, holy crap, now everything is lined up in their room. Um, Spirit wants you to take, to symbolically plant transformation into your life in your home. So you take a handful of beans or like a seed package and you empower them by placing them on your altar, maybe on the windowsill overnight with the moon shining on it, right? And then you plant them in a maybe in a planter. Perhaps maybe you don't have a yard. Maybe you're like, listen, I live in a condo. Well, you get a little planter, right? Or if it's an apartment building, you could put this in front of your apartment building because you could transform everyone's life, and that would be a beautiful thing, would it not? You say, I plant these seeds of fortune and change, right? As they grow, good luck for all will rise and flow, and you need that in your house. You know what I mean? Even if it's an apartment or a condo, we're doing that. We're just throwing them out there. This is symbolic. It's not to say that you have to watch to make sure this grows. This is to say I'm symbolically putting this in the ground, right? And if it grows, it grows. You know, from this soil comes all bounty. We all know. Where I live is bountiful. Is basically what you're trying to say. And so you should try that. I'm seeing angel number 6666. That's a number of great blessings. It's also a number that speaks of boundaries, right? Needs being met, good vibes, wisdom, understanding, letting go, and self-love. And so there's a lot of things they want you to nurture yourself, your needs, desires, and boundaries. But you've got to let go of things that are weighing you down, which they're speaking of criticism a lot. Like we can't criticize that weighs you down because now they're angry. And now there's a cloud. Every time you walk in the room, you feel the tension. And so make space for something meaningful and expand your spirit to all areas of your life. So as we're saying this positive affirmation, we're sending that love out to everyone else because that says to me that big love or opportunity or jobs or something is coming towards you. I'm seeing unexpected money. So this weekend might be amazing. You see peacock spirits, and that's for having everything is shining, right? The people around you are shining because you're giving them life, right? And you're shining as well. And everything around you may be shining. Now we're cleaning the house, everything's great. Now it's shiny, but that's also to say that we are also cupping our hands around other people's candles so that the room shines brighter as well, rather than telling them the truth about themselves. Because I see it. If you, I see it. I'm sorry. Because I'm looking at this, I'm like, man, I might have come in the room and been like, what in the heck is going on? What are we, pigs up in here? Like, I don't know if that's the case for you, but that's what spirit was showing me, is that there's certain aspects of the situation where someone's taking advantage of a situation and trying to weasel their way out of doing what they need to do. So you could be dealing with a Libra, a Capricorn, another Taurus. Libra is really strong here. We also have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. So you could be an Aries, Taurus cusp. You could be dealing with a Cancer, Leo cusp. We have Libra, Scorpio cusp, Scorpio, Sagittarius cusp, Sagittarius, Capricorn cusp. If we're not dealing with these signs, which you don't have to be, these signs could also be in your chart. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my links are on my page. Peace, love, and light. Take care.